Haha, how's it going, gamers? It's me, Peep here. Welcome back. It's kind of crazy to think that Minecraft 1.17, which drops in the summer of 2021, is now finally almost here. It feels like they updated the Nether a couple months ago, but it's actually been like a year now at this point. A couple months ago, I dropped a video on some of the features coming in Minecraft 1.17. A lot has changed since then. Today, we're going to talk about more features in 1.17. Drop your favorite feature coming in the first half of the cave update down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. It will literally change your life. I hope you enjoy the video. Today we're going to take a look at 13 things coming to Minecraft in the 1.17 update. Some of these things will be bigger, some of these things are going to be a little bit smaller. The first one is one of those smaller things. Check this out right here. It's a cauldron with lava inside of it. Lava cauldrons are coming to Minecraft in the 1.17 update, unless you're on Bedrock Edition. Now thankfully this isn't one of those times where Bedrock completely misses a feature. Bedrock Edition has actually had lava cauldrons in the game for a long time. This is one of the features coming over to Java from Bedrock. To be honest, cauldrons on Bedrock are just way better. You can color the water inside of them, but it's nice to say that finally, at least, Java will have lava cauldrons too. These things make pretty nice trash cans. You can set them inside of your base near wood and nothing will burn down. They don't cause any kind of fire, but they are real fire. Like you can throw things inside of them and they'll burn. If you decide to stand inside of the lava cauldron, you will also burn. Unfortunately for the mountains, they won't receive an update until Minecraft 1.18. When 1.17 drops, they're going to be the same, normal, not very mountainy mountains. However, if you have a mountain biome in your world and you head over to it, in 1.17 you will find a new mob. That mob is of course going to be the goat. Goats are coming to Minecraft in the 1.17 update. They're one of like 3 mobs actually being added. Goats are pretty interesting. They jump, they charge, and some of them actually scream. There are 3 different types of goats. The normal goat, the baby goat, which you'll get when you breed 2 goats, and then the screaming goat. Screaming goats are insane. That's the only way to put it. They're crazy. Name a mob with a better sound. Go ahead. I'll wait. All of the new goats are cool, but the coolest goats by far, they're gonna be the screaming goats. The sounds are amazing, and they charge more. They're like way more violent and aggressive. Not only is Minecraft 1.17 finally introducing a new ore to the game, copper ore, but it's also changing some of the ores that already exist in the game. So check this out. If I mine copper, I'm going to get an item called raw copper. If I mine iron, same thing, except this time it's raw iron, and same with gold too, actually. Once this update drops, no more getting those solid blocks of ore when you mine these things. In terms of mechanics, these 2 items are essentially the same thing. They just look a little bit different. If you put an iron ore block inside of a furnace, you'll get an iron ingot. If you put a piece of raw iron ore inside of a furnace, you'll also get an iron ingot. Same for copper, same for gold. You'll be able to check out the biggest difference when it comes to these brand new raw ore items once you get enchantments. Get fortune 3 on your pickaxe and then mine a piece of iron ore, and if you're lucky enough, you'll actually get more than 1 piece of iron. Now, it's not going to happen every time, but yeah, iron and gold can now actually be fortuned, which is kind of crazy. Getting insanely unlucky here, but there we go. 2 pieces of iron from 1 iron block. This is one of my favorite updates coming to mining in 1.17. I like it. Mining isn't the only thing being updated in 1.17 though. Textures. Check these things out. The clock, the compass, do you recognize them? No, probably not. They're entirely different. The thing in the middle, believe it or not, that's actually sugarcane, and then around the edge, blackstone. These are all some of the textures getting updated in Minecraft 1.17. Blackstone gets a little bit cleaner, the clock and the compass match the new texture update textures, and the sugarcane, it's way more vibrant. Like, look at that. It like matches the grass in the plains biome almost. It's kind of crazy. Now, these things aren't the only textures changing in 1.17. These are just some of the biggest ones. Like the clock and the compass, the differences are so big, instantly noticeable. They look way better. If you were curious, unfortunately, sugarcane, when you place it down in the world, it still looks exactly the same. More fortunately, if you like the model, no difference there. It's just the item. When I made part 1 of this video, things were different, like really different. Back when I dropped that video, Minecraft Caves and Cliffs was one singular update. Now, at this point in time, it's actually going to be 2 updates, 1.17 and 1.18. In 1.18, we're going to see those new gigantic, really cool looking caves and things like the skulk sensor. In 1.17, we're going to see a lot of blocks. However, the world generation does change a little bit in 1.17. Head into the caves, look around a little bit, and if you're really lucky, you'll find an amethyst geode. Now, we talked about amethyst in part 1, but amethyst geodes. Amethyst geodes are our brand new generation feature coming to Minecraft in 1.17. If you're trying to get amethyst in your world, which definitely you should, they're really cool, they make nice sounds and everything like that, you're gonna need to find one of these things. The cracked blocks inside of an amethyst geode actually generate amethyst. It's pretty cool. I'm not too sure if you could really consider an amethyst an ore. It's a little different because it grows. But if you do consider this stuff an ore, then it's insanely unique. There are no other ores in Minecraft that generate and grow like this ore does. The most recent Minecraft 1.17 snapshot actually made these geodes a little bit more rare too. So if you find one of these things, you're pretty lucky. I feel like I'm always saying this with the features that are coming in this update because all of them are so cool, but this next one that we're going to take a look at is seriously one of my favorites, a Tinted Glass. This is something that I've been wanting for so long, so check this out. I have a 3x3x3 hole. It's just a normal hole, there's no tricks or anything like that. If I grab the Tinted Glass and then fill this hole up on the top with it, it gets dark. But I can still see inside of it. Tinted glass is basically glass that does not let the light through. This is so amazing. Gigantic creeper farm in the sky. Build it out of tinted glass, it's dark inside. Mob dungeon underground, like a skeleton spawner farm. Put tinted glass around it, and it's dark inside. Mobs will spawn. Anything that you don't want light inside of, but you want to see inside of, tinted glass is the way to go. Also, I personally feel like the devs came up with like the perfect recipe for this one too. To craft this thing, all you're going to need is a piece of glass and 4 amethyst shards. You'll end up getting 2 tinted glass out of the deal. If you're into farming, it actually gives you a solid reason to farm amethyst, and the recipe is not an absolute ripoff, like fences. It's still a little unclear as to how generation will work in Minecraft 1.17. Like, will the lush caves actually generate? Will the dripstone caves actually generate? Either way though, dripstone is a brand new block coming to Minecraft in this update. This is the dripstone block all over the place right here. It's a dripstone caves biome in a custom world. The block is a busy looking block. If you asked me to fuse 2 blocks in Minecraft somehow to create this new block, I would fuse granite and ancient debris. It looks similar to these 2 blocks, especially on the top. In terms of actual function, at least going off of what we actually know about this block so far, it doesn't actually do too much, but I think this will end up being a pretty nice building block. Like, I mean, look at this top texture. We could definitely use this for like a road or something like that, or maybe some kind of gigantic fossil, or even maybe just a wall. If this block ends up doing more, great, nice, that's awesome. If not though, that's cool too. We'll be able to use this stuff for building. To check out the next feature, we actually don't have to go anywhere because it's right in front of us. So we have the dripstone block, and then we have the brand new pointed dripstone item. The pointed dripstone item is really interesting. So check this out. In survival mode, if I'm on top of pointed dripstone and I land on it, I actually am going to take a little bit of damage. This is only like a jump right here. I'm not like taking fall damage or anything. It's the pointed dripstone. If for some reason some sort of tragic accident were to happen and dripstone fell on me, then the same thing. I'm actually going to take damage from the pointed dripstone falling on me. Pointed dripstone is basically the detailed looking block that people have been asking for in Minecraft since caves were added into the game. Like, look at this stuff. It looks so cool hanging from the ceiling and on the floor. Surprisingly, there are actually some really interesting growing mechanics tied to this stuff too. Pointed dripstone can actually grow, both from the floor and from the ceiling if the conditions are right. But it doesn't stop there. If you put a cauldron below pointed dripstone and then you put a lava source above pointed dripstone, it will actually start dripping lava and then eventually fill the cauldron up with lava. So lava is now finally farmable and renewable in this update too. Dripstone, pointed dripstone, all of this stuff. It looks great and it functions great too. I mean, like, seriously, look at this cauldron. I think I got lucky, but it's been like less than a minute and it's already filled up. It's so crazy. Lava farming, finally. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. This next one is a big one, maybe the biggest one in the whole update. Look at this right here, copper. Look at how many different things we have when it comes to copper. We have normal copper, we have waxed copper, we have cut copper, we have raw copper. Copper is a brand new type of ore coming to Minecraft in 1.17. You probably have heard a lot about it. If you craft it into an ore block, this is what it's going to look like, pretty clean. You can cut it down into that block in the stone cutter. If you place copper in your world and you don't wax it, over time, slowly, it's actually going to oxidize. So it's going to go from this to that, to that, to that. Over time, on its own, like just by being placed down and you're around it, this mechanic alone makes copper the most interesting block in the entire game. Like so many of the other features coming in this update, it's really well thought out too and ties perfectly into the game and features that already existed. So we place the copper block down, this one is waxed. If I use an axe on it, it unwaxes, and then honeycombs, they actually get more of a use in this update. If we use a honeycomb on the block, it actually waxes it and stops it from oxidizing. I love when features are added to the game and then they give other things that are already in the game more of a use, especially if that thing that's in the game, like the honeycomb, didn't really do anything before this update. It makes me wonder if Minecraft 1.15 was really just a setup update, adding something into the game that didn't really fit anywhere else that would be really useful later on. I mean, eventually, we're going to have candles too, and they also use honeycombs. Have you ever built a house and the roof is entirely out of something burnable, and then it's a thunderstorm and then lightning bolt hits the roof and it all burns down, and then you're sad? Well, yeah, that won't have to happen anymore once 1.17 drops, thanks to this next item, the lightning rod. The lightning rod is a brand new redstone related item. If you place a lightning rod on something, or really just anywhere, you can place it on the ground if you wanted to, and then lightning strikes nearby, it'll end up actually striking the lightning rod instead, causing 0 fire damage to any of the burnable things around it. Like I said, it's also a redstone related item. If a lightning bolt hits a lightning rod, it'll actually give off a redstone signal. The lightning rod is a pretty sweet feature, coming to Minecraft in 1.17. But the lightning rod isn't the only new thing coming in Minecraft 1.17. Yep, the tough block. Tough is another new block coming to Minecraft in this update. This block is going to be an amazing block, like the perfect block for a road. Like, look at the path right there. Like, the texture is perfect. Maybe you're building like a modern city, you need like a super modern road. Well, this stuff right here, or concrete, definitely, but this stuff. Tough is another nice option for builders. You'll be able to find this stuff generating in chunks, kind of like granite and andesite does, deep down under the ground. Now, we're just waiting on the slabs, staircases, walls, and the polished version. This grass is not grass, no way. Instead, it's the moss block. Minecraft 1.17 finally brings a block that kind of looks like grass, but on every single side to the game. Moss block is a brand new cave block. Once the lush caves are added, you'll be able to find tons of this stuff very easily. All you're gonna have to do is head to the lush caves, and then it'll be generating on the walls, on the floor, on the ceiling, literally everywhere. Moss is a pretty interesting block. First off, it breaks super quick, like it's kind of insane. If you bone meal it, things will grow on it, and yeah, moss can actually take over blocks next to it. So like stone right there, if we bone meal that, the stone, it's now moss, and you can break it so quick. Maybe this is going to be a new way of insta-mining. But like I said earlier, it's still kind of unclear if the lush caves are actually going to generate in 1.17. If they don't, this block might be a little bit trickier to get. Last and least, look at this beautiful item. It's a really good looking model. It's like a literal mini tree or a bush. Like, look at it, and there's flowers on it too. Now, let's go ahead and use bone meal on it. Hey, look, a brand new type of tree. It's a different shape. It's unique. It's new. That's pretty interesting. It almost looks like an acacia tree with like more leaves, and then kind of like an oak tree too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, speaking of leaves, these are brand new leaf items. A flower leaf, normal leaf. It's sweet. The wood. Oh, yeah, this is a brand new type of tree. It's definitely a new type of wood, correct? Huh? Minecraft 1.17 is adding a brand new type of tree, the Azalea Tree. However, right now, at this point in time, the Azalea Tree only has oak wood. It's a new type of tree, but it's an old type of wood. Perhaps I believe maybe that we should let the developers know kindly that the Azalea Tree actually uses oak logs, and that's not good. Maybe we will let them know. Minecraft 1.17. This is going to be one of the biggest updates of all time, and that's without the new gigantic caves and mountains. It's a really big update. The update is meant to drop this summer. Once the update actually drops, I'm going to do a video going over every single thing added to the game in that update. So definitely subscribe, and if you want to check out the other videos, notification bell too. Huge thank you to my patrons, 9th Ant, Monster Muffin 3, K9 Baker 3355, and the Camel 88. And thank you all for watching today's video. All of my links are in the description. Drop a follow on my Twitter. Check out the Gamer Talk. New content, fresh memes. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been me, your boy. I'll see you next time.